The 12 Days of Christmas is probably one of the most iconic and traditional Christmas carols that have endured the test of time. Its popularity has gone up and down through decades, but why 12 Days of Christmas? If we pay attention to the lyrics, soon we wonder whether it is crazy or loaded with symbolism. Is it? This video is part of the Addendum series, where we explore and expand concepts, ideas, and practically any topic that might be somewhat familiar to us by adding information to our knowledge. Addendum is a Latin word that means additional material, and it is used to indicate that something was added to a document or a book from the original version. We use it here to refer to the idea of increasing our understanding or knowledge of something that sounds familiar but we can't completely explain. So, we have fun doing research, put together what we have learned, and share it here with you. This time, we are exploring the origins and meaning of a traditional Christmas carol, the 12 Days of Christmas.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
We all have heard the words Christmas carols, and we understand they simply mean songs. But we don't use the word carol for any other type of song. The word carol comes from the Old French word carole, which was used to refer to songs for circle dances that were popular in Europe between the 1150s and 1350s. Before the Protestant Reformation in the 16th century, Christian church music was only in Latin. This political and religious movement made Christian religious songs more accessible to the people by translating them to their own languages, writing new songs, and accompanying them with round dances or choreographies to make them festive. This is the case of the 12 Days of Christmas, which is probably French in origin, although this has not been solidly proven by researchers. The first documented version is a rhyme without music published in England in 1780 without the name of the author. The tune we recognize for this Christmas carol is an arrangement of a traditional folk melody adapted by the English musician Frederick Austin in 1909. The 12 Days of Christmas belongs to a category called cumulative songs. This means that the structure is based on a simple verse that progressively adds phrases so that each new verse is longer than the previous one. This makes it easier to memorize and playful as well. The lyrics tell the story of someone who increasingly receives numerous gifts on each day of the 12 days of Christmas. But why 12 days? Originally, since the year 567 of the Common Era, the Roman Emperor Justin II established that the Christmas season started on December 25th with the birth of baby Jesus and lasted until January 5th, which is one day before Epiphany, or the revelation of Jesus Christ as the incarnation of God according to Christianity. This is when the three wise men, or the three kings, and other Gentiles, that is, non-Jews, also came to salute and adore baby Jesus. So, there are 12 days in total, and it was also known as 12-tide. Tide means season. The lyrics are the voice of a person who is sharing what their true love gave them on each of the 12 days of 12-tide, or Christmastide, or simply the Christmas season. The idea of giving during Christmastide was originally meant to instill charity and care for the needy, especially during the cold winter days when shelter and food are scarce. However, like many other old traditions, the motive typically becomes another excuse to party and activate economic growth. Let's admit it, we all like presents, don't we? Okay, what are the gifts? A partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, 5 gold rings, 6 geese a-laying, so they were laying eggs when this person received them. 7 swans a-swimming, okay. 8 maids a-milking. This is getting confusing. 9 ladies dancing. 10 lords a-leaping. This is amusing. 11 pipers piping. And 12 drummers drumming. This is literally too much. I get it. The number of things given matches the number of the day. 1 for the first, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, and so on. Okay, I am beginning to believe that the lyrics are surreptitiously communicating a secret message. Actually, there was once a theory in the 1800s that suggested that the lyrics were merely irreligious travesty or a distraction mocking religion. Another theory proposed that the gifts represented food, sports, or activities common in each one of the 12 months of the year. So people began to pay attention to the weather on each of the first days of the year and saw it as a prediction for the corresponding months of the coming year.
Cryptic messages or simply playful nonsensical lyrics to have fun?
Well, Alice Bertha Gum, also known as Lady Gum, was a British folklorist who studied all children's games. In 1898, Lady Gum wrote that the 12 Days of Christmas was a round game typically played in house parties by both children and adults. People sat in a circle, and the leader of the game will begin singing the first line of the 12 Days of Christmas. The next person will start over, repeating the previous line and adding the next one. The third person will start from the beginning and add the next line. And then this was said all around the circle, taking turns. This was continued until all the lines for the 12 days were said by every player. For every mistake that an individual would make, he or she would have to give a forfeit, or a small object in their possession, and put it in the center of the circle. At the end, the group will decide on different punishments to the owner of each item in the circle. The players were to take turns to be blindfolded and randomly pick an item from the center. The owner of that object will have to perform the decided punishment in front of everyone. Sounds like a fun game, doesn't it? In any case, this and all Christmas carols are meant to inspire joy and happiness. There are even crazier ones like Grandma got run over by a reindeer and I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Can you think of others?
No.
There, we have added lots of interesting information to our understanding of the popular Christmas carol, The 12 Days of Christmas. If you think this has been a good addendum to your knowledge, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Check our other playlists and let us know in the comments your thoughts about this topic and what else you would like us to address in addendum. Thank you for joining us.